Well, I will call to order the February meeting of the Glendale Planning and Historic Preservation Commission. Becky, if you would, note that we have a quorum. We do have two of our members absent by permission. As always, we'll begin with the review of the minutes of our last meeting.
I
Members?
move approval.
I'll second.
Motion second, any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Let's move on to new business. The first is a request of Joseph Castrucci and Cheryl Weber at 795 Woodbine for a pre-built garden shed. Are the applicants available?
Yes.
Oh, good timing. All right, well, we've just introduced your application. We've all had an opportunity to look at your materials, and I think there it is up on the screen. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, give us as much or as little as you want to tell us, and we'll take it from there.
I'm Cheryl Weber. My partner, Joseph Castrucci. This is for him, so I'll do my best. This is kind of just an additional storage space. Yeah, it's kind of a pre-built thing. It matches the architecture of the house. The idea is to paint it to match the house, and eventually the house will be painted also. So, yeah.
Mhm. And
Beautiful sales
it's,
tag on there.
I guess it's wood, right?
Yes.
And the, and it's gonna be set back on your property. It's not gonna be very visible.
No, and where the layout is, it will be, there's a much larger shed on the property next door, so it would kind of almost mirror that, but be much smaller in scale.
The only thing that's not very historic looking is that overhead door.
Yeah.
Is that an option that you can change to something that looks more appropriate to the historic district?
Well, our house is built in the 70s, so it doesn't really, it has kind of like a modern,
This is the house right in the corner.
like a modern
Woodbine
architecture
and,
to it, so,
Magnolia.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. It's can you paint the door?
The white one,
Yeah.
they did say we can paint it, and that is ideal. We would like to paint it,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, it's a temporary structure. It's not permanent. It's not going on a permanent foundation. I think you said gravel, correct?
Correct.
You know, we have no right to tell you what the color to paint it, but I would suggest you paint it and not have it stand out that way. I mean, it would be great if you could do two double doors matching the one next to it or something like that, but as a temporary structure, I'm not overly concerned about it.
The door that we're talking about is not actually facing towards the street, it'd be facing towards the interior of your lot, is that?
Correct, yes, it would not face the
That's
street.
the way I saw, that's the way I read the plan.
Yeah.
Any
so
further-
your house
go
is
ahead.
white?
It is white
And
right
you'd
now,
be
that's
painting
not-
it to match the house.
Yeah, well, our house right now is white. The goal is we moved in like 5 years ago, so it was painted by flippers. So
Oh.
the original color of the house is supposed to be, we want it to go back to like a more like green,
Yes,
neutral.
that was much better.
Agreed. So,
It
but we
was-
need like to repair some
uh-huh,
wood and everything else, so
uh-huh.
it would match that.
Okay,
the
so
green
you want
color.
it to be green.
Basically, like a olive muted green.
Uh-huh,
Typical gray area.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
There's no intent for utilities or anything back there?
I don't think so. Not water at least. I think maybe like an electrical thing, but
Okay.
yeah, no water. I know that.
All right, any further questions, comments? Motions?
I'll move to approve.
All right, we have a motion to approve, and I think built into that is a suggestion to paint the door. Good, that's not a
But
requirement.
again, that's not
Right.
something we can.
Understood.
I would second.
Motion is second. Is there anyone in the audience wish to address this application? Further discussion, members of the commission? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Work with David and he'll set you up with what else you need going forward.
We'll give you a call when everything's ready.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, let's move on to the next item on our business. It's the request of Christine Thorman at 870 South Troy for a fence. Is Ms. Thorman? Oh, all right. Once again, we've read your application, we've seen your photographs and plans. You can tell us as much or as little as you want.
Just basically trying to keep the dogs in the yard, have an invisible fence, but they're petrified of it. So, on the side there on the right, that's an existing fence that leads back to, the subdivision on Warwick. So we would be running a metal, I call it chicken wire, I don't know what you formally call that, the liner of the fence, just running that. The back is already fenced and linered, so behind the garage is a tiny little piece there, and then the side piece from the detached garage to the house. So really, the only part that you would even see from the street possibly is that 5-foot gate in the front. So everything else pretty much looks the same.
So the bottom of the screen is Greenville, or
Troy.
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 Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Is there a reason why that 13 5-piece couldn't be pushed back so it just straight across parallel?
I've got an enormous hedge.
Oh,
that I
that's
have to
right.
cut down to get
Yes,
that
I do
there.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And this is,
So how does it interact with the hedge?
that's why she's angling it around.
Could you just explain the relationship between the hedge and the fence? Because I can't visualize it.
Where the 13-foot section is right there, at that corner of the front of the house, down the right side of the front of the house, there's a hedge that is, oh gosh, 8 feet tall, maybe,
Yeah.
something like that.
8 feet tall, and it extends forward of the porch, or the house facing, adjacent to the porch. So you would have to take out all of that hedge to go straight across.
So could you not put the fence back behind the hedge?
No, it runs the
It
length of
goes the
the
whole
house.
house, yeah.
From the rear
To the
line of the
patio.
house?
Yeah, well,
The front of the house to the back edge of the house, yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm suggesting is moving the fence to the rear line of the house instead of the front, because it is very odd looking, the way it's angled.
Yeah.
It's not, that wasn't
The
done
angle is-
historically.
The angle is actually in the flower bed where the hedges are. There are
Mhm.
fountain grasses and things like that that you wouldn't even see it.
Yeah, the picture's old. The picture's old, but it's because this has grown up a lot. But this is what they're trying to avoid, all that that's coming.
Yeah, if it were my house, I would put it at the rear line of the house.
Yeah. Yeah,
It just cuts off a lot of area that the dogs would be able to run that side.
there's already the split rail between that and the entrance to Warwick.
It's already there.
Is already a split
Right.
rail
and
fence.
this would match.
Yeah. So that's positive.
So the text that says only welded wire,
Uh-huh,
is that the existing fence?
yes,
The split rail?
right.
I'm just looking at photos on Google.
Yep.
So he's putting only the welded wire on that.
Yeah.
And then the two that with X's, he's doing nothing.
So you would still have a landscaped area to the right of the split rail fence that would just
See that?
remain exposed
That's the
to
entrance to
the
Warwick.
street.
Exactly.
But you're just trying to enclose the other part.
I understand.
I
I understand.
understand.
Yeah, I gotcha. I
I don't care. If it was my house, I wouldn't do it.
The split rail fence that's
We're
along
talking
Warwick,
about it.
is that your
Small
fence
area.
or is that their fence?
No, that's the.
Yeah.
Would-
The
would-
homeowners?
subdivision. I've already had to approve
Yeah.
with that.
Crazy.
So you're just, again, tacking the welded wire onto the back of their fence.
Exactly.
The dogs want to
And
put
then-
it in this.
Have you spoke with them?
Yes.
Okay, good. I agree with Beth, that for the small area that you're gonna get, you have one small strip of grass there. I would either take it 90 degrees and they can figure out, I mean, we put fences through bushes before. So that, I don't know yours exactly, or I'd take it to the back of the house. And I just think you're gonna find it's not gonna look great at that angle, is what I think. But, you know,
Well, I have
That's
to say,
the-
I don't think you quite understand how it's going to look unless you're standing there. You're not going to see an angle of that fence.
well, maybe
David, do you have a photograph that you can pull up from
Yeah,
Google Earth or something like that?
I'm
Readily
looking at the wrong
accessible,
house.
but-
That's part of my problem.
Actually, I looked at Google Earth today and there's so much
It's showing as
stuff on the street you can't see much.
Troy.
You've seen an aerial photograph.
There's a house
I'm
on
looking at the wrong one.
It's right there.
West Sharon
No.
that
That's
has a
it.
fence in
That
front
is
of the
it.
house.
Yes.
It's not in the
That's what it is.
I
historic
just
district.
pulled it up.
But it has an angle like that, and it's just very odd looking.
Inappropriate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that is the right one.
Yeah. That's the existing
And this is
fence that she has.
a Victorian house of some sort, isn't
The
it?
gate
So
back
here is
from the
it.
porch area to keep it
This is the
not the front
this is the
porch.
best opening
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I can get with
So
with Google
you
Maps.
see the hedge line there to the right, there's that larger, I could,
I think it's fair to say they've exaggerated the angle on the drawing.
yeah. So the diagonal of the fence would be behind that larger bush, like right up, if you go up a little, that one right there.
Ah.
The angle is gonna be behind that.
Moving over, okay.
Yeah, it gets the corner of the house, not the front porch. It's trying to stay even with the actual house, not the porch.
Got it.
Coming behind that and just getting in front of that hedge. If I cut that hedge, it's gonna kill that
Sure,
first
I got
large
it.
bush, and that would,
I got it,
I think that would be detrimental.
I got it. So you're basically angling out to your edging stone and then going 90 degrees across.
Yes.
Got it.
Thank you, that's the way to say it, yeah.
Okay, okay. And you're not coming out, the part that is parallel to the street, the short part that has the gate that's parallel to the street is not coming in front of your porch?
No, no.
Okay. Okay, so his drawing,
It's not accurate.
yeah, 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 it's skewed. I got it. I got it. Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, I'm a fence guy, right?
I'll move to approve as presented.
As presented in the plans or as presented verbally?
Well, yeah. I mean, the reality is what is the front? The front, if the front there's the house, not the porch, it's coming off the right place. And it's not, 13 feet is gonna get them just out beyond that bed that's in the other picture, and it's gonna be more of a 22 degree, not 45 degree angle.
Yeah.
So that the post at this patch towards the bottom, right next to the gate, is actually not even gonna be out in front of the porch. I've got it, yeah. Yeah,
I apologize, the drawing is pretty bad.
that's okay. This is communication, this is the way we work through things. We're not trying to be a pain in the rear end, we just wanna,
Oh, no, I understand.
And all
Yeah.
of that fencing will be behind that vegetation.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And your gates will be complementary split rail?
Yes.
Becky, do you have all that description?
I think so.
All right, and I presume the motion
Okay,
includes the.
I will rescind my motion. I move that we accept this, approve this based on our verbal discussions with the owner.
Second.
Motion. Anyone in the audience care to address this application? Further discussion, members of the commission? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Let's move on then to the request of Josh Thompson at 195 East Fountain for a new fence.
Just to clarify
Okay.
for the group here, this application this evening is applying to the 4-foot aluminum fence across the driveway on the western side of the property. The 6-foot wood privacy fence, which is included as part of the application, is going to go to the Board of Appeals for a variance. So that will, depending on their decision, may appear later on.
Because there's already a 6-foot fence there, isn't there?
Not all the way down to the street, not quite. But
Well, it is.
under our code, it would require a variance.
Yeah, but there, I mean, it may not be all the way to the street, but it's close to the side, within 5 feet of the sidewalk.
I would say 20. It's a 4-foot wood picket fence, about 20 feet back from the sidewalk, and then 6 foot the remainder. But
Okay.
we've had extensive discussions with David about the variance request that's already.
Okay.
But
All right.
all right. Well, good evening. My name is Josh Thompson. So yeah, we're discussing the 4-foot aluminum fence approval on the left side of the picture here. It's currently a 4-foot vinyl white picket fence that's in deterioration, so we're hoping just to remove that and then replace it with a 4-foot aluminum picket style fence on the exact same line. Example of the what the aluminum fence would look like. There, it's going to maintain the same number of gates, so there'll be a gate over the walkway, one from the driveway, and then a 8-foot double gate to give access to the backyard.
It's a very appropriate fence, and it's gonna look way better than what's there now. I recommend approval.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. Anyone in the audience care to address this application? Further discussion, members of the commission? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the last item on the agenda is the request of Mount Zion Church. David, I understand it's for a conditional use permit?
Yes, the property is currently vacant, and to pursue a use other than that vacant use, conditional use application has been filed for religious place of worship underneath our zoning code for this district.
All right.
Okay.
Very
Good
good.
evening. I'm Warren Moyer. I'm representing Mount Zion Baptist Church. Ms. Gail Lunford is associate member, and trustee Gregory Frazier is also here. And I want to do a little history on this. Initially, when we got approval to tear down the old parsonage, we had agreed that we would put something in remembrance of our former pastor, Richard Waldrop. So what we came up was this idea of it's a paver, like a park-like setting. It's open to the public. People can walk their dogs, and people just running, jogging could stop because there'll be benches, as you can see there, so they could rest in between doing their workouts. And you see the flowers. There'll be a place for dog waste disposal, and there'll also be a trash can set up there. Now the pavers are going to be supplied by the members of the church. Each one is going to basically purchase a stone with their name and family name or whatever on it. And so what we're looking is for further guidance to make sure we get this approved.
Very good. Well, as I understand it, it's a conditional use, so we're a recommending body, and then the council would ultimately be the deciding factor. Is this on the council's agenda for tonight?
It is. We're handling this one similarly to a swimming pool.
Yeah.
It's a very low impact, so I figured that no reason it can't be at least considered both meetings if planning recommends approval.
Great.
I agree. All right. Members of the commission, questions, comments?
Well, why is it considered a place of worship? Will there be outdoor services there, or
No.
weddings, or
No.
anything? Why?
It's just something to recognize our former pastor.
So underneath our zoning code, because this is located in a residential residential property, residential zoning district, the only permitted use is single-family residential. This use doesn't satisfy that single-family
Oh.
residential.
Okay,
So
churches are an exception.
correct, they're conditional uses. So
Right.
they're allowed, assuming approval by
Yeah.
council.
Okay.
This is a meditation garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another question is, could you explain why the brick pavers start 20 feet from the street?
It's not from the street, that's from on the side. One side is a house on one side, it'll be 20 feet from that particular property. And then on the other side is a parking lot, which has been there. So it'll
Right.
be 20 feet from that other side between the property
I think
and the
that
parking lot.
means
Is-
towards the street.
This
It looks like
the
this,
pathway.
the path doesn't
Oh.
start,
this portion.
No.
yeah.
So we wanted to have the grass, we didn't want the pavers to go all the way to the street. So we were gonna have grass, and then the pavers will start 20 feet from the street.
So it's just an aesthetic choice, nothing else.
Have you got that rendering?
What's that?
That rendering? we
Yeah.
can show?
Yeah.
That's
There'll be grass, but the pavers will start 20 feet from the street because there's no sidewalk or anything, so we just wanted to have the grass there. But if we have to do it all the way to the street, then that would be fine too.
We'd have to do
Well-
it to the right-of-way line for the property, which I don't have a measurement here, but
No, that would not go to the street.
no, it wouldn't go all the way to the
So
street.
it's not gonna go to the street either way?
Right.
No.
Okay.
Could they, if they wanted to go to the street, that's the right of way, that's within the public
Mhm.
realm, public control, but could they put something in the right?
They would have to essentially go through a pretty lengthy legal process with the village to get permission to access the right-of-way, and we don't have anything like that for.
Well, I mean, when
these
somebody
sorts
puts a
of-
driveway to the new house, that's essentially a driveway, walkway to this.
Correct. I mean, there's also a angle of having that street cut, that actual approach for the driveway, and there's no, as the applicants have said, there's no sidewalk on this side of the street,
Uh-huh.
so there wouldn't be, in my estimation, wouldn't necessarily be appropriate, I think, to not have a sidewalk for pedestrians, but then have this amenity for pedestrians.
I understand
In a
that,
manner
but
of speaking.
I just envision folks walking across the street from the church, going to
Yeah.
this
Mhm.
meditation garden, and then having to go through grass, mud, whatever, snow, and then hitting the pavement. It's up to you. I mean, it's nothing that we could require that you go to the street. I just think it might be more useful for you. But again, as he said, that strip, that area that between the street and where your property begins is in the control of the village. But I don't speak for the village, but I have to imagine that they would give that permission, just like they give new driveway permissions for new houses and so forth. What else goes in the right of way? Mailboxes, people plant in the right of way. It shouldn't be rocket science to make it go through that process. So,
But that's up to them.
yeah, it's up to you. If you want to explore that option, what I think, in my estimation, what you presented is fine, it's appropriate. I will vote to approve it.
One real quick question.
Yeah.
For the sign and plaque,
Yeah.
are there any dimensions or size or materials that you guys were considering, or does that have to also be submitted separately for signage approval? I just didn't know, just thought I would ask.
We'll submit that separately.
Okay.
Because we're not sure what material, the size,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
anything like that, so we'll submit that separately.
Okay.
Rather, I advise the applicant that rather than rush and pick something they might not be happy
Yeah.
with,
Uh-huh.
to take
Great
the time.
idea.
Yeah.
And there's regulations for signs in residential
Mhm.
zones, but churches seem to be an exception to that.
Not under our new signage code,
No?
but I'll work with you guys on
Yeah.
signage requirements. That's to be determined at
Okay.
this point.
The only other thing, this is just a suggestion, when you get to the benches, buying the benches, there's some very nice polywood benches. If you get wood, you're gonna be constantly
Yeah,
taking care
I
of.
don't recommend wood. I was thinking cast iron.
Cast
Yeah.
iron or
Yeah.
cast aluminum, yeah, something
Yeah.
like that, it's just as,
Yeah.
but I mean, what you have there is wood and or,
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
that's
the
all
rendering,
I'm-
yeah.
ha- I'm on the board for our church and I replaced all of them.
Right.
Cause I got tired of painting them.
I understand.
All right,
All right, I move to approve as presented.
with the sign to come later,
Yeah,
separately.
yeah. That's-
Second.
All right, we have a motion to recommend approval to the council and a second. Is there anyone in the audience? Ms. Parrish?
Sure. Most of you don't realize that, this is the church that I grew up in. And as a fourth, fifth generation Glendalean, we were kind of upset that did get torn down, no matter what. But that, the practicality of not taking those bricks all the way out to the road is that everybody don't stay on the road. And therefore, then you have to deal with the wear and tear of tires going off and off the road and damaging it. So I believe that the design and the does lend itself to keeping not only the historical nature, but also that the usage.
Okay. Yeah, again, I think it's up to you if you want to explore that with the village. But those are valid concerns about wear and tear, like you said. All right. Anything else? Anyone else in the audience? Members of the commission, further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good luck before the council. It's pretty rough. All right. That concludes the items on the agenda for business. Is there any other persons that wish to address the commission on any other items? Any other business? Members of the commission, do you have any new business, old business, motions?
I'll make a motion to adjourn then.
Motion and second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
All right.
Motion carries. Thank you one and all.
Thank you.